Another interstate rivalry here for our Big 12 ACC previews. And I'm Casey Honigbaum, joined by Wes Bryant of the ACC Digital Network. Just 40 miles separate these two teams. It should be a great one.
Yeah, it should be fun. I mean, TCU is a team. Can they look like the team that they were against North Carolina when they looked like a juggernaut against an SMU team that I'm not sure what to think of these guys?
Yeah, SMU kind of, as rookies in the ACC, kind of flew through the conference last year. And like you said, TCU, they gained a little bit of national credibility for that Week 1 win against UNC. So it'll be really interesting to see what this one brings. One of the key matchups I'm looking for is Josh Hoover against this SMU secondary, completing over 76% of his passes this year, over 600 yards passing. He's been electric at the quarterback position.
Yeah, for SMU, this defense last year, they were one of the most aggressive defenses, and they were very disruptive when you talk tackles for loss and when you talk sacks, and that hasn't been the case this year. So how do you disrupt this passing game if you're SMU? We saw Baylor put up a ton of points against them. This is going to be another tough passing attack for them to take care of, so we'll see if they can do it.
Some of the numbers I'm looking at so far for this game: TCU averaging 515 yards of offense per game, 45 points per game. Both of those are 16th in all of Division I football. It's going to be tough for this SMU secondary. You mentioned it already. They got kind of shredded by Baylor in that game a couple weeks ago, or last week. So I'm interested to see if they're able to bounce back against TCU.
The number I'm looking at is 28-10, Missouri State against SMU, and that's all they beat them by. And SMU has kind of had lackluster performances this season outside of the offense's output against Baylor. And so that's the thing. I'm just trying to figure out what is going on here, because I expected to see 50 to 60 points from this SMU team in a dominant defensive performance. 28-10 is almost like a moral loss when you're talking about a team of SMU's caliber.
Yeah, what do you think about, being able to come back late in that game like they did? Did that show you anything about them?
No, not at all, because when you play against a team like Missouri State, you're supposed to dominate the game from start to finish, and so no, that's unacceptable.
For me, some of the impact players are going to be at the receiving position, because there were a lot of questions coming into this season with TCU losing 3 guys to the NFL draft. But Jordan Dwyer has stepped into a huge role for them so far this year. 225 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns through 2 games. I'm expecting Josh Hoover to target him a lot.
Yeah, I'm going to go to Romello Brinson, the wide receiver from SMU. He's been off to a very hot start this season. Can he continue to do so? He looks like he wants to be an all-ACC caliber wide receiver, but can he continue on putting up the big numbers that he has? Him and Kevin Jennings have great chemistry right now, so I'm looking at Romello Brinson.
You mentioned it a little bit, but that win that SMU had over Missouri State, they were able to capitalize on some of the mistakes that Missouri State makes. I think when you look beyond the box score, TCU is a team led by Sonny Dykes. They're not going to make mistakes like that. So I'm interested to see what this game plan looks like and what it looks like for SMU specifically.
Yeah, I'm thinking right here, just again, TCU playing up against SMU, and for SMU, this is the second team that they play from the state of Texas. They're kind of the holy trinity when you talk about recruits around there. If you don't go to Texas and Texas A&M, you're talking Baylor, SMU, TCU. And the coaches, when I met with them earlier when they played Baylor, they talked about that and how important that is to them, that Texas rivalry. They want to be able to beat these teams so that these recruits can say, hey, this is the program that I want to be able to go to. So that Texas rivalry, recruiting, that's kind of the story beyond the story, because you've already lost to Baylor. So now can you get a little bit of that credibility back by taking care of TCU?
Absolutely. Noon Eastern time on Saturday is when this one kicks off. Possibly the last matchup in this historic rivalry. It should be awesome.